The lights will surprise you. Come take a trip into my magic life. Or something da da da.
All right, Millie, here we go. My neighbor's passed out on the floor, and I can't feel her pulse.
Does the little girl have any family members we can contact?
Family members.
The film feels like an extension of your music videos, many of which you have directed yourself. What made you want to venture into long format filmmaking?
I literally don't know. I had the story. It fell into my head. All of the main characters were in the first draft, and then it took me 10 years to develop the courage to even tell one person that I wanted to direct. Then I started directing my music videos with my friend, Daniel Askill, starting with Chandelier. I knew that I had to make this movie. I have no plans to be a filmmaker. I don't have no plans to make another movie. This was the movie I needed to make. It had been in my head for 15 years and I had to make it. I knew I'd regret it if I didn't.
I can hardly take care of myself.
Come on, this is your responsibility. Grow up.
Hey, music? I'm your sister.
All she's got now is you.
Calm down, it's okay.
And why did you choose to make a musical for your first film?
No, because when originally it was just a narrative film, and then that was Dingus. And then they basically, everybody said to me, listen, if you turn it into a musical, we'll give you a much bigger budget and you can make a much more impactful movie. And why wouldn't you make a musical? That's what you do. And so I finally listened and I found ways to put the songs in to the original just narrative film. And then what I did just to make sure is I made sure there was no lip syncing. And that way, at the end, when we finished editing, I went back in and I rewrote all the lyrics so they would support the narrative of the movie.
Music, it's your friend Ebo. I live next door.
Can you move in?
She can understand everything you are saying to her.
And if you are happy, press this one.
I am sad.
Very funny, troublemaker. She sees the world in a completely different way from us.
How would you describe that musical universe that the characters enters doing the songs in your films?
Well, in music's words, it's come take a trip into my magic mind. The lights will surprise you, something like that. I think that's, come take a trip into my magic mind. The lights will surprise you. Come take a trip into my magic life. Or something da 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 da. Da 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 da, you will find. Or something da da da. I'm here. I've no fear in here. I've no fear, no. So that's like, I think from her perspective, it's just a magic, it's just a little magic mind. I believe that that my friend who's nonverbal, that's on the spectrum, has a really magical inner world. And I like to believe that. And that's what I wanted to make a movie about.
We all know Kate Hudson from Almost Famous and How to Lose a Guy in 10 Days with that long, beautiful blonde hair. Why did she have to get a buzz cut for this role?
Because she'd been typecast, and I was like, she'd been typecast as a romantic lead. And then she'd gotten some other roles that weren't, to me, very interesting. And I knew she could act, and I knew she could sing, and I knew she could dance. And I had this sort of like fantasy that it would be like Nicolas Cage in adaptation, that would be like a rebirth of this actor's career, that this role was so different from what he'd previously done, that it was sort of, it made more of an impact. And that's how I felt about Kate. I wanted to shave her hair off because I wanted to show her in a completely different light, and in under completely different circumstances than the ones she'd been typecast in.